For the penthouse to the outhouse.
Yeah.
Amen. Story of my life, Daddy. Speaking of penthouses and outhouses, hello and welcome to the Working Perspectives Podcast presents Guess the News. I'm Matt Lavelle, he's Burn Pockasy, he's Liam Reese. We got a great show for you today. This is how it works. We're going to give you the bare bones of some news stories that happened around the world. Then we're going to ask you to guess the age, the sex, the location, possibly a weapon. We don't know. We're going to ask you to guess a couple things that from the bare bones that we gave you of the news story. Then we're going to let you know if you're right, you're wrong, or you're in between. It's the funnest game on the internet. It's the fastest game hitting the slopes. Steve Harvey's going to be hosting this in a week. It's the greatest game that ever was. Super excited to get this thing started, and we're kicking it off with me. Are you fellas ready?
Ready, Freddy.
Let's do it, baby.
Ready, willing, and Gable. Here we go. I'm asking for the classic Liam inspired ASL, the classic ASL, age, sex, location, and then my bonus, I'm looking for the weapon that was used. I'll tell you this right off the bat, it is an unconventional weapon. Unconventional. So here we go. Former strip club employee went back to said strip club and got into a verbal altercation with a patron of the club, which led to an act of violence with a weapon that they had in their car. It's an unconventional weapon. I need the ASL and, for a bonus, the weapon. Again, former strip club employee went back to said strip club, love throwing a said in there, and got into a verbal altercation with a patron of said strip club, which led to an act of violence outside said strip club with a weapon that they had found in their car. Again, said weapon is unconventional, and I think I broke the record for saids in a sentence. That's what I'm saying. Need the ASL, need the weapon. Take it away, Daddy. Hoo!
I mean, obviously you hear former employee of a strip club. You think usually, I mean, the only dudes who work in strip clubs are usually the DJs and the bouncers, you know? Usually the dancers, the waitresses, the bartenders are all women, in my experience. When you're going to the right club, or the wrong club, you never know. So I feel like, I mean, this one skews female. Also, who would have the most beef with a patron of a strip club? I imagine there's some dudes do some pretty ridiculous things and say some pretty ridiculous things to strippers. So my first inclination would be female, but Matt's tricky. Matt always gets us on these.
I mean, I would go female just because if you're playing the numbers, there are more female strip club employees in the world than males, you know?
Yeah.
So we'll go with female. I feel like you have to, right?
Yeah. Like I said, if you have cocktail waitresses in there, they're going to be women. Most of the time, bartenders are women in strip clubs. So usually, it's only the DJ and the bouncers who are dudes. Okay. So we have a female. Age. Matt, was this former employee? Is this a former employee because they were fired from the strip club after this incident?
Doesn't say.
Okay.
I think they were former before. So they had left said strip club.
Said strip club.
Yeah, said strip club they hadn't worked there. So
they can only be so
old
up there because it truly is like a young woman's game, you know?
Yeah.
Yes. So
like,
we should say 25, 35. That's it.
That's exactly what I was thinking. 25 to 35, I think, is a good age range for that.
I can give you a hint on the location. Location. Location.
We'll take it all whatever we can get.
I'll give you this. It's double hinter on the location. We got NFL team.
Okay.
In this city.
Okay.
And they won a Super Bowl in the last 25 years.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Narrows it down a little bit. It
Like
knocks.
25 years.
I mean, we don't get much help with Miami and Jacksonville, but there's always Tampa, baby. There's always Tampa keeping
Yeah.
Florida alive.
Yeah.
So you got Philadelphia, you got Boston, you got New York, you got Denver, you got
Baltimore,
you got.
I mean, these are
New
all
Orleans.
strip club cities.
Yeah,
Yeah. Indianapolis is in there.
Yeah,
Don't
Green
forget
Bay.
Indy.
Green Bay's in there. Pittsburgh.
I don't know why Baltimore's jumping out at me though.
Baltimore.
I feel like Baltimore is a strip club fight city.
Yeah, I feel like they have a very nice combination of both. Like you can get. Go ahead.
Yeah, probably many a fight has gone down in Baltimore outside of a strip club.
Yeah, Baltimore.
I bet they all have a crab
city.
leg buffet at these strip clubs in Baltimore.
I'm
right? Like,
sure
what are we
they
doing?
do.
Yeah.
If you go to Baltimore and there's a strip club without a crab leg buffet, it's like, come on, what are we even doing here?
Up next, give it up for Old Bay. For Old Bay to the stage.
That'd be the best nickname.
It'd be a good stripper name if you were in Baltimore. I'll roll with Baltimore. I think Baltimore's as good a guess as any. And the weapon was something that was laying around in the car, not a weapon, but used as a weapon.
It's you would not classify this as a weapon on its own.
Okay.
On its own.
It's got to be kind of funny, right?
Very.
Like that's got to be what caught Maddie's eye about this story, is that it's got to be kind of funny.
I mean, I want to say,
yeah,
a wanger.
That's what I mean? That's kind of what I was thinking. Those things can do some damage if you have the right one.
Like I think she's got a big, like if maybe she's a former employee, but still is an employee of another one.
Mm-hmm.
And she has all her occupational.
I mean, once
materials
you get cash,
in the car.
Tough.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, you don't go to like you're folding clothes in Target.
Maybe
like 2 weeks later, you're probably like, this is horrible.
Right.
And
I make $1,000 right now.
And I make 1/16 what I made.
Literally, one paycheck. Yeah.
You leave the club, right, and you go to like the bachelor party scene or whatever. You know what I mean? I think a big rubber dong is not a bad guess.
Yeah.
I think hitting the bachelor party circuit. Oh,
big rubber dong.
Get it.
All right, Maddie. I think we got it.
Yeah.
All right. Hit me with your full shebang.
I think we're looking for a woman between 25 and 35, somewhere around Baltimore, with a big rubber donger.
All right. Well, here we go. So, former strip club employee Jordan Cotto, 26 years old, arrived at the Atlantis Gentlemen's Club.
Atlanta. Come on.
Where the players play.
Yeah.
Atlantis.
Atlantis Gentlemen's Club in Tampa, Florida.
Oh, yeah. Atlanta didn't win a Super Bowl either in 25 years.
Yeah.
Florida.
I don't think they've ever won one.
I don't remember them ever winning. Yeah.
They were close. They had a 23-point lead.
27.
They should have.
But here we go. So, former strip club employee Jordan Cotto, 26, arrived at the Atlantis Gentlemen's Club in Tampa, Florida on October 10th, hoping to speak with management. Instead, he got involved in a verbal argument and grabbed a cheeseburger from his car, which he hurled at a male victim. The victim was unharmed, but police spoke with Cotto, who said he did throw a cheeseburger from his vehicle and would do it again. Cotto was arrested for battery and eventually released on his own reconnaissance. There you go. Male, 26, Tampa, Florida, and the kicker was a cheeseburger. Shout out Cheeseburger Eddie, sleeper, great Terry Crews character. Sleeper, great Terry Crews. Cheeseburger Eddie from the remake of The Longest Yard. Mm-hmm. Terry Crews stole the show.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good. You're right.
Pretty good. So, Not bad, fellas. I think you overthought it on the male. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
female male, because you thought like I was tricking you and I wasn't tricking you, and you blah 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 blah. You know. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, it's always safe to go with Florida. We know this. And then cheeseburger. I knew you weren't gonna get it. It was like the Vienna sausages last week. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yeah.
that does it for me. Benoit Payud Kase. We're gonna move it on to you, Daddy. Hit us with that big old beef stick.
All right, guys, we're going to talk about a business today, a business that the owners of said business. I'm not looking for the sex here. So, Joe and Carrie Halford, a couple, owned a business. They were recently arrested on 4 felony charges. Those charges included theft, money laundering, forgery, and abuse of a corpse. What I'm asking you guys is for the city, the location where this happened. I'm asking you. Oh, and their bond was set at $2 million apiece.
Shoo.
Um, this is a weird one, so we're going to keep it simple. I'm asking for the
Mhm.
location of the business, what type of business it was, and just to really creep everyone out, how many corpses were involved.
Oh,
Wow.
gosh, dude.
Wow. Okay. Burn, do we get a
Clue,
hint on
you get a hint
hint?
on the location.
Love
Uh,
it.
it is an AFC football city
Mm-hmm.
that contains all 4 major sports.
Oh.
So they got a basketball team, they got a
Okay.
baseball team, they got a football team, they got a hockey team.
So it's New York. Love it. Jets, 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 Jets.
New
Mhm.
York and California are easy ones because they're so big. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
This is the Big Apple. You know what I'm saying? The Big Apple. Well, who
Ooples
else
and
in the?
Banunus.
I don't know who else has a big four in the AFC. It's not Buffalo. They don't have baseball. Boston, is it Boston? Are you counting New?
I would
I
I
mean,
would count Boston in this instance. I would count Boston.
I mean, they have all 4 for
they have
Yeah,
sure.
all four. So, I mean,
AFC.
Miami. Miami
Miami
doesn't have
does
hockey
have
though.
the Florida Panthers. Are they in Miami?
I don't know. I
I don't
wouldn't
know. I
count
don't
it
know if
though.
they are or not. I actually have no idea.
well, I don't know either, so you
NFC.
could probably guess it's not Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Vegas doesn't have a baseball team, or
Not
yeah,
not yet. Not they will
Yeah.
have the A's soon, but they don't have one yet.
the A's are going there.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. The
nice. Are
A's are
they going
going
to
to
be the
Vegas.
Aces now?
I don't know what they're going to be, but yeah, they're going to Vegas in 2 years.
Nice, man. Good for them. All right.
Okay.
Let's see. All right. I think it's either New York or I mean, who's in the
LA.
A? Who's in the? Oh, the Chargers are in the LA.
LA
Hmm.
Chargers, Kings.
I mean, LA's
Uh,
got them all. LA's got them all.
yeah.
So it's New
Yeah,
York, LA. I mean, trying to think. I think those are the
Okay.
only two. Or
I
Boston.
mean, New York's a good guess because there's a lot of the population's high. Access
Yeah.
to corpses is probably
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
lot of corpses there, I would
Oh, it's
think.
so many corpses. Are we
Yeah.
talk for business? Are we talk, I mean, a funeral home?
Yeah,
Like what are
business,
we?
I'm leaning towards funeral home or like old folks home, you know?
Oh, I
Because I'm
like
sure they have
it.
a morgue in their medical
Yeah.
wing or
Oh,
whatever. They have
daddy.
to, right?
Yeah. Or it could just be a morgue, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that a
Could just be a
business?
morgue. A hospital. Hospitals have them.
Yeah.
Hospitals have plenty.
Yeah. Oh, they got them all, daddy. They got it
Uh,
all, daddy. All right. And then number of corpses.
it's
Man,
it's not two. It's
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 a hefty
healthy.
number.
It's healthy. Yeah.
Man, could we go 20? I mean, how many of these?
I was
I
gonna say
mean,
like 36, 37 corpses.
God damn.
30? What'd you say? 20?
Man, well, I'm just trying to think. How big's a morgue? I mean, can they store 20 bodies at once?
Yeah, you're right. 20's a lot. Even 36 is like
Well,
on.
in New York, they probably got a big morgue, you know?
Yeah, yeah, but
I
that's
wonder if it's
still.
like a prison or something, you know?
Oh, that's
Nah,
good
they wouldn't
too.
have.
No, but you're right. So we could do like a hospital, like the morgue wing, or the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't be I mean, I guess they'd be privately owned. All right. So I could say, let's say, honestly, I didn't hate old folks home, but I'm thinking
Yeah.
either funeral home or morgue or whatever, right? Where they
Yeah.
store these old biddies,
Funeral
you
homes
know?
are like definitely privately owned. They're all over the place, and
Yeah.
they
And
always seem to get in trouble for like not doing what they're supposed to do too.
yeah.
Like when it comes to all these things. Yeah, I like
And
funeral home, Matt. Let's do that.
yeah. And great place to launder money. Because I'll
Yeah.
tell you, I've said this to my wife before. Like, if we could invest money into a business, it would be a funeral home. Because you know why? You're always in business, Daddy.
People keep
Hey,
dying.
oh,
Yeah.
Because Avon and Stringer Bell did it, and they were fucking cool. You know?
I mean, also, AI ain't taking over the funeral home, Daddy. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
no, it's not.
still for us, it's for the streets.
It,
So,
if anything, it'll make it easier, but you will still have that business.
yeah. Yeah. Dude, I mean, that's got to be a tough job, though. Like, I mean, listen, I don't want to bird
You're
walk.
fucked. By after like 20 years of that, your
Oh,
brain is not.
you have
You are
no
now no longer
emotions.
the same as every other human.
No,
There's just
you
no
cannot
way.
feel like you can,
Yeah,
the
you
only
don't
way
have
you
the
get
same
any
fit.
pleasure out of
Yes,
anything is
yes,
stapling your nuts to your dick or something. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yep,
you're a whack. I
yep.
mean, no
You're
wonder they're
whacked.
fondling corpses. They're
Yes,
fondling.
you're
And the other
probably
thing
not.
was money laundering. What were the other two crimes, Benoit?
Uh, it was money laundering, abuse of a corpse, fraud, and forgery.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that
it's
screams
a
funeral
funeral home.
home.
That
Yeah,
screams funeral home. It
yeah.
screams New York City. It screams Albanian if we're looking for an ethnicity, because apparently the Albanians are taking over the Big Apple.
Or the
Shout out,
Rooskies.
shout out to my people. And then okay, so let's lock it down.
Yep,
We're saying funeral home. We're
yep,
saying the Big Apple taking a bite
yep.
out of crime. And let's say you want to go split the difference. You said 36, I said 20. You want to go like 25?
Yeah,
Let me
25,
give
nice even number.
you a clue. There were more corpses than there have been Super Bowls.
What?
What? That's insanity. All right. So we're going
Yeah.
to go 70? You
Yeah,
want to go 70?
because I think we can't go much higher because that's just too insane, right?
Yeah. So we'll do 70. We'll do a round
Yeah.
even 70
Oh
on the
my
numbers. Thanks for
goodness.
the hint, Benoit. Thanks for the
Yeah.
hint.
No problem.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
needed it clearly.
Clearly. Yeah, he was laughing at us. He's like, guys,
Uh-huh.
what are we doing here? All right.
20. No way. All
Go
right, guys.
ahead. Yep.
Well, you nailed the business. It is a funeral home.
Shout
It's
out.
a
Yeah.
funeral home that is located in the town of Penrose, Colorado, about 20 miles south of Denver.
Colorado.
Oh, the
Denver. The
Avalanche.
Avalanche. The Avalanche,
Oh.
the Nugs, the Rockies, and the Broncos.
Oh my
Uh-huh.
God.
And
We didn't
guys,
even
Okay, that
say
was a good one.
Denver.
That was a good one,
Yeah.
Bern.
That was a
yeah,
sleeper good one. Good
Yeah,
job.
gotta give you credit on that one.
Yeah.
and even with my helpful hints, you guys fell woefully short. 189
What?
corpses. So
Oh.
this place is a funeral home. It was, what's it called?
How?
Yeah, well, we're about to find out. Return to Nature Funeral Home. This is a practice that's legal in Colorado. It allows for bodies to be naturally buried without the use of chemicals, embalming fluids, and caskets. So essentially, these people take the bodies, they cremate or they bury out in the wild. The issue is that they weren't doing any of that. There were families who received ashes in the mail and remains of like their loved ones, and came to find out later the bodies were just sitting in a huge storage basement, stacks on stacks on stacks. They were
Oh.
identified by their dental
Yikes.
records and fingerprints. These people were not cremating the bodies, nor were they burying them naturally on this like plot of land. So it was also supposed to be like return to earth. There's no coffin. There's no like embalming fluid. There's no, so the body just like naturally decays in the ground.
The smell.
And that's what tipped off the FBI. Reports from a number of businesses, some as far as a quarter mile away, reporting the smell over and over and over again until a warrant was acquired. These two, this couple, John and Carrie Halford, faced $2 million bonds each, and are charged.
Could be more.
Yeah, and like I said, charged with the money laundering and the fraud and the forgery was for the ashes. You know, they're taking money to cremate somebody. They're signing official death certificates and stuff like that. They didn't do any of it. They just threw these motherfuckers in a basement and let them pile up.
Yep.
Dude, that is you could smell it from gross. A mile away.
It said a quarter, the farthest business away that reported it was more than a quarter mile away.
Oh God, I can't even imagine. That makes me think of like the Civil War. I always think like they talked about like these outrageous number of deaths in the Civil War battles. Like the battlefields, they had no like what were, they just must have they had to torch everything, right? Like,
you have to.
But
There's no way.
I mean, you'll never get rid of that smell wherever this was. They got to burn it. They got to burn it down, burn it down. Awesome story, Burn. Loved it. Lashmoosh, we're kicking it to you for the final story of the best game on the internet. Hit me with your best shot and hit me with that big old meat stick, Daddy.
All right. Need the age, the sex, the location, ASL. A well-known former Ivy Leaguer was jumped by a gang of 7 ladies of the evening while vacationing overseas. The former college student traveled to Asia, so we're in an Asian country, all right, to do some mountain climbing and, kick back, drink with other Americans and kind of meet everybody up all in one big group. You're not really with people but everybody knows to kind of meet up and socialize there. If you're Americans, you're backpacking or doing the whole globe-trotting thing, okay? But this well-known former college student was jumped by ladies of the evening, all right, some hookers. It's not clear how serious the brawl was, but there were photos of the brawl, and there were photos of scratches and everything on this famous person's arms, and they even dug up WhatsApp messages which corroborate the whole thing taking place. So, give me the age, the sex, the location. If you think you can guess the famous person, you're welcome to. And here's another bonus. You can guess what kind of hookers they were.
Okay.
Go for it. We got bonuses on top of bonuses today for you guys.
All right. Here's what, love stacking a bone. You love stacking a bone. Okay. First thing that comes to my mind when you talk about famous Ivy Leaguers, I only know 2 famous ones. One of them, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Another one, I know 3. Ryan Fitzpatrick, right? But he's busy doing, commentating on games, doing a good job, has his podcast. He's not in Thailand, right? Then the second one I know, Jeremy Lin. Linsanity. I could see him. It makes sense. He'd be somewhere in Asia, right? And they know him. He's like the Yao Bing of Asia right now, And then third Ivy Leaguer I know, Burn. It's old Zucky. Old Zuckbergs.
Yeah, I thought Zuckberg as well, but I feel like, if anybody has the power to like keep that story from getting out to like the mass media, like huge, it's Zucky. Maddie, you said Thailand before, and
it's Thailand, and they're lady boys.
Yeah, okay, so we're on the same page there.
I mean, how many different types of hookers are there?
We think it's a Thailand and a ladyboy situation.
Yep. Lady boys in the Thailand.
It's a dude.
Oh, I mean, I'll bet your virginity on that one, Vern.
Let's see
Age?
here.
I mean, how on? Can I ask, Vern?
Famous Ivy League.
How many Ivy Leaguers do you know besides the 3 I mentioned?
I mean, there's a lot. There's like, I mean, if you just go through like, I mean,
Is there?
Every Supreme Court justice ever.
They're not celebrities. No one gives a shit about them.
Well, he didn't say celebrity. He said well-known person. Well-known. Like,
I thought they were a
person.
celeb.
I mean,
what is a celeb but not a well-known famous person?
I mean, I think you could classify this person as a celebrity at this point.
Okay, as a celebrity. Now I'm trying to think of like actors, like Natalie Portman's an Ivy Leaguer. I doubt it's her.
I mean,
do you know who's an Ivy Leaguer? I'll tell you who it is because it's not this person. Conan O'Brien went to Harvard.
Oh yeah, Conesy. The Cone
and he would always say on the show when people brought up him going to Harvard, he said it was the Harvard School of Driving.
Conan show was awesome. Loved Conan.
He got the raw end of the deal, dude.
Oh, the raw.
He's the greatest I think ever.
And he's so great.
Did you ever see the episode where it was right after they announced that he was like going to lose the Tonight Show? Like he took over the Tonight Show from Leno, and Norm Macdonald comes on and he's like, I meant to give you this fruit basket last time I was here a few months ago. And it's a fruit. And he reads the note. The note's all about like, I'm sure you've ascended to your place in television history as what will probably be one of the longest running hosts of the Tonight Show, unless it inexplicably ends in horrible, embarrassing failure. And like Norm just deadpan just rips
Norm Macdonald's the best, dude.
Okay.
The best was Kimmel. Kimmel got so many points for that when he went on Leno, and he just fucking ripped him from like, well, what do you call a guy that says he'll give you a show and then takes it back 6 months? You know what I mean? Like when they did the top 10 things, I was like, I think Kimmel got a lot of respect for that from people that didn't really know him before, but they were like, or they knew him, but like didn't follow him, but they're like, hey, Kimmel's doing, you know what I mean? Like he's calling this punk out, which was awesome for Kimmel, you know?
Okay.
But yeah. That was the best. Dude, the best is when Conan, when he would spend like $35 million to spray beluga caviar on a Monet painting that was inside a Ferrari that they were hitting with golf. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, we're killing the budget here at Peacock. You know, NBC's budget's getting ripped. All right, sorry, we're bird walking. Let's get back to it. Conan. It's Thailand. It's Zuckerberg. It's Lady Boys.
I would say 30s or 40s is the age. You know what I mean? 30s to 40s.
Sure.
30s to 40s, male, Thailand, lady boys. As far as the actual person goes, I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that is. I don't know who the.
I mean, you know who I thought. Oh no. Well, we're thinking Harvard only. Right?
What's has not been around forever either, so it couldn't have been that long ago. You know,
no, I mean,
no, it wasn't that long ago.
Also, Bern, we're thinking just Harvard here, right? Like, there's Penn, there's Princeton, right? There's Brown. You know,
Dartmouth,
I know
Cornell.
Oh God, what's his name? Oh my God, X-Files. What's X-Files guy?
David Duchovny.
He went to Princeton.
Let's go Duchovny.
Nice.
Let's go Duchovny.
You want to Duchovny?
That's a better answer than I'm looking for.
John Legend went to Penn.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's go David Duchovny.
But also he's dating he's married to what's-her-face though.
Yeah.
Fucking bums lady.
She's not a lady. She's not a lady boy, you know?
She is not a lady boy, baby. She is not a lady boy.
That doesn't mean they're not running around behind their back.
That's what I mean.
To smash lady boys.
It's a little something different.
Tommy Lee Jones went to Yale, maybe Harvard or Yale.
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones was roommates with some conservative dickbag. I can't remember who it was.
Whoever it was,
but
that
like
twat.
became pretty famous. Like
Yeah.
I forget who it was. Yeah, I don't know. I think let's shoot Duchovny.
You
Shoot for
like
Duchovny.
Duchovs?
Yeah.
I mean, he
So at that
seems
point,
like that guy. I don't know what. Oh man, I'm
we'll
trying to
keep
think.
we'll keep we'll keep 30s to 40s in there just in case it's not Duchovny. We don't want to totally eliminate ourselves from all the answers.
I mean, sure. Okay, so we'll go with the Duchovinator.
Sure.
We gotta keep them separated. Hey. All right. What's another? Is Columbia Ivy League?
Yes.
All right. I'm done thinking of Ivy League stuff. Okay. You want to go do Cubs?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So do Cubs? He's what, 60 something?
Yeah, but we'll protect ourselves by
All
keeping
right.
it
So we'll
30s to
go like
40s.
35 to 40.
Something like that. Yeah.
35 to 45
35
is
to
the age.
45.
Male, Thailand, lady boys, and our celeb is old Davy Duchovs. Right?
I'm down with that. I'm down with that.
All right, Lishmoosh, you heard us. Age 35 to 45. Sex, yes, please, and male. Location, Thailand. We're going Davy Duchovny, and we're talking lady boys. What are we talking here? Is there another type of hooker? Is there an anal only hooker? Yeah, that's a lady boy. It's anal only. Right? Like, what are we doing here? All right,
There's
Lishmoosh.
legal hookers. There's illegal hookers. You know.
Oh,
That's
I
true.
mean,
But anyway, we'll get there.
all
So,
right.
as you guys know, when you do something and you become famous or even infamous, people just dig into all your shit. You know, they're digging up everything that happened to you, every last detail. So
Story of our lives, guys.
we've got a news story here that says 27-year-old male. You guys were right about Thailand. And if you're right about Thailand, you know you were right about the lady boys. All right.
Nice.
But anyway, 27-year-old Luigi Mangione. Yes, that Luigi,
No.
the CEO dude, was in Thailand and was attacked by 6 ladyboy hookers.
Oh,
There were pictures to corroborate it and his own WhatsApp messages that corroborated it. He also met people that was over there. He met some writer that was real into the Unabomber and everything. But before he became the infamous CEO assassin that he was, throwing hands with ladyboy hookers. So
damn.
there you go.
So this
How
was a
about
couple
it?
years ago?
This was a year. This was during the year. So there was a
'Cause he
year
shot the guy
span
in 2024, right?
Yeah. So the year span
No.
before
Yeah.
he came and assassinated that dude, he spent a year kind of running around doing whatever.
What
And
what-
that whatever was him fighting hookers.
Thailand ladyboys. Yeah. I mean, that's everybody's whatever, right, guys? We're all doing. What Ivy League school did he go to?
University of Penn.
It was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out University City Zone, Franklin Field, the Palestra, the whole nine. Man,
Yeah.
love it. All right, well, Liam,
Wow.
great stuff. Another amazing
What a
show
life.
of Guess the
What a
News.
life.
I mean, what a life. What a
He's
life.
done more. He's done more in 26 years than I've done in 43. I've never fought lady boys or half dozen lady boys or shot any executives.
Burn. This son of a bitch doesn't have a David Archie.
That's true. No, he's definitely not.
And you haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
You still have time.
That's true.
We can catch a flight to Thailand tomorrow.
There's
we'll be
still
knee deep in
time.
lady boys, baby.
Yeah, there'll be
dude.
no
Yeah,
problem.
it'll take all your sorrows
We go to
away,
Chinatown and do that shit. You know what I mean? All right. We're going over time. What do you got before we get out of here, Lashmoosh?
Nothing. You guys are all great. Thanks for everything. And we can't wait to see you next time for Guess the News. Every last one of you.
Oh, what a
I
guy.
appreciate your support and playing along at home.
Very nice. Benoit Payud.
So let's get ready for Sunday, baby. Let's get ready for Sunday.
All right. Oh, there's only gonna be one of us venting next week. Love it. All right. Speaking of venting, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives Podcast presents Guess the News. I'm Matt Lavelle. He's Liam Reese, and that's Big Dick Burn Podcasty. In case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms on YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. Hang out on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast. Join us on Twitter and TikTok at Working Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. Please like and subscribe. We'll keep bringing you this incredible content. Thank you so much for listening. Catch you next time. Thanks. See ya.